Hey guys, welcome back to the Bunny Burrow. Today is kind of an exciting video because it's more of a sit down video. I usually make like vlogs and like daily life content, but today is a little bit of a sitting down video in which I talk about my August TBR and book hauls because in the last 2 weeks I have bought like 4 or 5 books that I just want to talk about. And I actually bought I got 7 books. I returned 2 of them because I didn't really want them and someone got them for me as a gift. But the ones that I did keep, and also my insane August TBR, and it's the first week of August and I have so many readings from all of my uni classes and I've only read 1 book, but we're gonna start with the August TBR. And I have my list right over here. And I got 5 books to talk about today. Let's just get into it, okay? First of all is Mexican Gothic, which if you are new to the book talk community or booktube, you have never heard of. This was huge. Back like 5 years ago, everyone in booktube was talking about this around the same time that Evelyn Hugo was really trending. So Mexican Gothic is about a book that follows this girl. I think she gets a message from her family on the other side that something's happening, someone's becoming crazy, so she goes back in a state in the mountains in Mexico, the secluded Doyle family, and then something's troubling her cousins, so she goes there. And I heard there's like really crazy plot twists and everything, and I can't wait to just sit down at night, just read this. It's gonna be such a cool and comforting read. I know that there's gonna be like really crazy shit happening because my friend told me that she read another book from this author and it was really good and it was like really twisted. So I love those kind of books and I'm so excited. And then I also got There Are Rivers in the Sky from my favorite author, Elif Shafak. If you have not read her, you need to run and you need to get 40 Rules of Love. I would say that is her best book. Like so far what I've read has not really lived up to 40 Years of Love, but Elif Shafak's There Are Rivers in the Sky, I got it this month and I literally cannot wait to sit down and read this. And I'm so excited. And I also love this orange color so much, and there's a photo of Elif Shafak in the back. This is basically like about 3 characters in different timelines. One is in a Victorian London, one in 2014, one in 2018, and they are like it spans throughout centuries. It is such a intertwined novel, and if you don't know, a lot of her novels is very intertwined, very like multi-generational. So I genuinely don't know anything else. I know that there's magic. And I know that it's very much about Turkish culture and that Mediterranean heritage, and that is all that I know. And that is all I want to know, because sign me up. If it's Elif Shafak, sign me up. I also got Kindred by Octavia Butler because this is a book that I have to read for one of my classes, and I just thought it would be really a good time to pick it up because my friend has always recommended this to me. I think like 5 or 6 months ago she actually told me that I read this, I really liked it, I think you're gonna like it, so I bought it. And now that I have a copy, I'm more inclined to read it, and I've been really trying to read more writing from Black writers, and I want to learn more about the culture, thinking, the everything, and I'm really interested in that. And in that same note, I got Beloved by Toni Morrison. Same story. I have always heard that Toni Morrison is amazing, and I have heard that Beloved is one of the best and most influential black writing and everything. And I hate that word. I hate that we call it Asian writing or black writing or Hispanic or South Asian, blah blah blah. Why can't we just say, why is white the predominant narrative and we're supposed to call everything else that? So I'm just gonna say this is something that should be in the mainline reading, the mainstream reading, and something that should be read. I heard that a lot, and I heard that it is very much deep and dark and something that I'm personally obsessed with reading. And then my last book is A Turn of Events because I bought this around 10 days ago and I already finished this. It was terrible and I gave it 1 star, and I heard such good hype and I heard so many people hyping this book up, so I thought I would love it because I love the Medea myth, the Medea play, and I absolutely hated my reading time, and I have a whole review why I did not like it up it's a rant, it's a review, whatever you call it. But that is my pile of books that I acquired this month, or like the past week. And I think that's a pretty good pile. I did get quite a lot of books in August, but in a turn of events, I do have some books that I want to read in August. And the first two I'm actually currently reading. I'm currently reading Honor by Elif Shafak. I don't know if I'm going to finish it this month, but I'm definitely, like, I want to make progress and I want to read a little bit more of Elif Shafak this month. And I always have a book of hers that I'm currently reading, and I take my time with them. I don't like rushing them. Last book that I read for like 6 months straight. Like, I love taking my time with her books. So I have Honor by Elif Shafak, and for a fantasy twist, I'm currently reading Strange the Dreamer. It is a library books, but so I don't own this copy, but I'm in page 220, and I'm absolutely loving and enjoying my time with this fantasy series. I've been reading this for like 2 weeks now, and I am obsessed and I really like it. And following that, I also have the second book, which I borrowed from the library, that I also want to read this month because it's due at the end of this month. And honestly, it's so doable because I really like, and I'm really enjoying what I'm reading so far, that I will definitely finish. If you don't know, Strange the Dreamer is basically a fantasy series. It's a high fantasy series that follows predominantly two characters. One, which is this like orphan monk raised child who has this dream of a foreign land that he can taste, he can read, he can feel, but he doesn't know the name of, right? And everyone calls this country Weep, but he doesn't think it's Weep. And one day, you know, he's working as a librarian, and one day, like, people from this forgotten city comes to his city, and they're like, we need your help, we need you to like do something for us. And he doesn't really have any skills that's like really shines, but he's like, please take me, like, please. And then he comes to this forgotten city, and in that forgotten city is our second female character, like main character. Her name is Sarai, and she is the daughter of a god, and she has magical powers. And it's just like very interesting. It's about how God turned evil, and humans killed them, and then what about the children of people who are evil, you know? Like, it's a very interesting premise and story, and I really like, I just want to read it. I just want to keep going. So those two are the ones that I have for fantasy this month. And the last few books that I have are more of classics, except Grief's the Thing with Flowers, which is a book that I have to read like in the next 2 days because of my class. And it is a book that I am going to be discussing and have a discussion led on my class in uni. So this is a book for uni, and I'm so excited because I've always heard great things about it. I don't really know anything about it except that this family just lost their mother, and a crow sort of helps them deal with this grief, and that's all I know, and I'm so excited to get into it. And then I have another library book that I have to finish, If on a Winter's Night a Travel. Now, this is a very interesting premise because not only are we finding out a story, we're also finding out, like, with this author, the feeling of reading. Because what I've read so far, right, is him just describing like why you're reading, like what are you reading, how you're reading, blah blah blah. And it is on second person and first person, which is pretty interesting because I've never read a book that like combines first and second person, like I and then you and then I and then you. Never read anything like that. So it's pretty interesting to read If on a Winter Night a Travel by, I know this guy is like pretty famous, Calvino, Italo Calvino, I think that's his name. I'm sorry if I pronounce it wrong. And then I have a classic that everyone has read, Giovanni's Room by James Baldwin. James Baldwin. Everyone has read this, everyone has loved this, everyone has raved about this, and it is my time to read it. So I'm also in the middle of it. James Baldwin's Giovanni Room will be read this month, I promise you. And if you guys don't know, James Baldwin writes about if you guys don't know what Giovanni's Room is about, Giovanni's Room is about this young man who goes to Paris from America to study, I think, or something. Like, he moves there and he meets this woman and they get engaged, but she goes away on travel. And while she goes away on travel, he kind of like gets into an affair with this waiter in one of the pubs or bars or whatever. And it ends up with like a lot of heartbreak in him, like having to figure out like his sexual identity and like truth and living truthfully and not hiding a part of you. And like, it's a very deep exploration of authenticity, in my opinion. And I have like really got a lot of thoughts when I was reading it. You know, I was just thinking about like what it means to hide a part of you and how it comes and eats you alive. But the next book I have is Notes from the Underground, and I have tried to read this so many times, and I'm putting this in my TBR as a final push because I have tried to read Dostoevsky. I don't know why I'm not reading it, because I did love Crime and Punishment, and I don't know why I can't read Notes from the Underground, but I'm just trying to do it, guys. I'm just trying day by day. Even if I read a page a day, like, it's something, you know? So, Notes from the Underground, you have to be read by me. And finally, But if you also don't know what Notes from the Underground is, me neither, because I have no idea, and I only know that this has a very interesting, I think it's like a polyglottic, like not a, it's a like, it's basically like just this man complaining about his life or something. Like, I'm not too sure myself, but now, do you see the amount of books that I have in this pile? It's actually insane. Oh, a lot just fell, whatever. But that is my TBR pile and my book haul. Thank you guys so much for watching.